that we have, well, I'd love to meet with Christy, but I don't think that she'll be interested in that. But I think that we've got to start having educational events and fundraising events. We've got to raise money to help the people up here that are on the line. But I think we've got to educate Vancouverites. And quite honestly, I think Vancouverites will respond when they find out. Vancouver is a very progressive city. We have a very progressive city council. I think Vancouverites will get it. We just got to get the publicity and get the word out. I'm very optimistic about this one.
You think that there's still enough time that they can actually do something about it?
The dam hasn't been built yet. Yes.
Dr. David, one of the questions that's been raised quite a bit over the last few years is about water and, sustaining our water in the north and in the south and in California. And there's been people that have speculated that having a reservoir and drawing water, as they're doing from Williston to support LNG, is also a potential long-term risk, even though we have a Water Protection Act. Do you think that discussion has really been presented at all to the public?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the problem is, of course, the arguments have always been framed in economics, jobs, in terms of corporate profit and need for growing economy. And issues like that, I was in Elsie Bucktalk where the Mi'kmaq are opposing fracking. And it's got nothing to do with the development, it's got to do with water. They're fighting for the water of their grandchildren. I think British Columbians are living in a one la-la land if they don't realize all the fracking that's going on is destroying our water future. That water is being given away practically for nothing, and then is laced with dozens of chemicals, many of which are known carcinogens and being pumped into the ground that will never be usable by humans, at least in the foreseeable future. This is crazy in terms of water. A dam like this depends ultimately on water that comes from glaciers. We know with global warming, there aren't going to be any glaciers, not in British Columbia, in the next 15 to 20 years. What is that going to do to the hydrology of this river? It's going to be different. So the idea of investing $9 billion, and I think $9 billion, you're dreaming if it's going to come in at $9 billion. The idea that we're going to invest this much money for something whose future is very indefinite with global warming, we got to go back to the drawing board. We haven't thought it through.